Hey friends, I'm Christina Guerrero. All right, when you think of Cactus, you think of the desert. But there's another place they've been popping up more and more on menus. Jimmy Rhodes is sharpening up his chef skills to cook with cacti. And that's our featured story at the top of the list.
When you think of cactus, tasty doesn't exactly come to mind, but
virtually all cacti are edible if you want to go through the trouble to get to the pieces and get past the quills to make them tasty.
I stopped by Gertrude's restaurant at the Desert Botanical Garden in Phoenix and spoke with General Manager Michelle Jacob to learn about a few dishes you can make with parts of a cactus. Starting with the paddle.
There are different forms of the paddle cactus family. These happen to be the elongated ears. Some are round. I will grill them. Put a little olive oil, salt, and pepper, and throw them on your grill, and they are fantastic against a steak or a piece of fish. May not be your favorite right here raw. The flavor to the cactus pad is bright, similar to a tomatillo.
So Michelle says works well in pico de gallo.
And what else is in here other than the paddles?
You have red and green bell peppers. You have some fermented chilies, roasted corn, red onion, cilantro, a hint of lime, and salt.
It's a blend of flavors. I'm not just tasting this, but this is really, I think you used the word bright. And that's probably the closest thing I could get to describing this. Really delicious.
Next, we're working with dragon fruit, which grows on certain types of cactus.
This is what the inside looks like. It's very akin, if you will, to a kiwi. Very soft in texture. The seeds are very present. It gets the name dragon fruit because it has the outward look of a dragon's beard.
Let me give this a shot. Oh my gosh. Those are refreshing.
And you can add it to smoothies or a margarita.
Just your standard classic margarita. And we're going to just add, I took these and just blended them down. As you can see, it's a little...
Put them in a blender. Yeah, it's definitely heavier because it falls right to the bottom.
And it's a little syrupy, and you saw it's a little stringy. So we want to be sure we give it a good shake.
Ooh, you make a mean margarita.
It pulls it down and...
You know what? Because this is made with cactus, if you're stuck in the middle of the desert, this will sustain you.
Finally, prickly pear tunas, a fruit that blooms on the paddle cactus.
They're high in magnesium, they're high in potassium, they're high in vitamin C, actually. They have vicious little hair-like quills on them.
After carefully removing them, Michelle peeled the skin and turned it into a puree.
We add a little orange juice, add a little pectin, and we have a beautiful jam. We have some focaccia bread with a little agave sumac butter and some prickly pear jam, or we have ricotta donut holes.
Not too sweet, but really good flavor. You know what I think this goes perfectly with?
What do you think it is?
I think this margarita would
you're
just
right.
really go well
I
with
think
this
you're
jam. That prediction was completely accurate.
We're taking off the spikes to try some mouth-watering cactus dishes at the top of the list.
It is getaway season, but with prices on everything going up, you have to be resourceful. So we found 3 classic vacation destinations where, with some workarounds, you can have a great time without going bust.
There is nothing better than traveling and getting away for a bit.
And there are so many beautiful destinations waiting to welcome you when the time is right and you feel ready to travel.
We're heading on a much-needed vacation with the travel mom, Emily Kaufman. Our first travel destination, Hawaii.
Hawaii is such a beautiful place to visit. Whether you want to learn about the history and culture with the luau, get out there and take a surfing lesson where surfing was made famous, or even go on a beautiful hike.
And if you're wanting to save money, try out the Malama Hawaii program available through GoHawaii.com, which means if you dedicate some time to help keep the island clean, you can lower the cost of your vacation.
And they've created opportunities for visitors to participate in making Hawaii better than you found it. And they offer discounts, incentives, and added values, things like free hotel nights or discounts off of luau's or participating activities.
Next, if you're looking to go on vacation but aren't looking to go too far, try a national park.
Some of the really hot spots are like Yellowstone, Yosemite. You want to make your reservations ahead of time. They're required to get into the parks.
Summer holidays at national parks are typically very busy, so if you want to go during those times, be sure to plan and book a reservation in advance.
You can save money by buying a national park pass that gives you access to all of the parks for an entire year.
And lastly, we're ending it with a favorite destination, New York City.
You get so many cultures in just one spot. And the newest, latest, and greatest attraction is called City Climb, where you have the opportunity to climb the outside of a New York skyscraper.
And there are ways to experience the city without wrecking your budget, like renting a bike for the day.
You can bike ride through Central Park for an entire day and experience so many different things, from the zoo to the carousel, and take in those great New York moments. Maybe even high tea at the Plaza Hotel.
For even more savings, try to book midweek or check out hotels outside of the city. We're getting you out and about with summer travels that won't break the bank.
You know, just this morning I told my son to put the video games away already. Maybe you've done the same. But for one guy, he has figured out how to make his love of video games his livelihood. Don't tell my kid, I will never get him to 3rd grade. Jackie Dankert met up with this video game guru to find out what it takes to be a gaming content creator.
Hey guys, what is up and welcome back.
Meet 23-year-old Drew Snedeker from Orange County, Florida, aka Surfin' Boy, who has turned his love for video games into a full-time career as a gaming content creator.
Boom, let's go, dude. I create content on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, literally any platform you can think of, I'm there. And I'm just creating a whole bunch of different content, from tutorials, from tips and tricks, just fun gameplay, or even just like funny moments. Today I had my best game ever.
But the road to get there wasn't always easy.
A lot of people think it happens overnight because they see your success after. They don't realize pretty much every creator they've watched has been making content for years and years before they ever got their big break.
He started posting content about 10 years ago, but
I didn't really start making real money until the past probably 2 years or so. So it's definitely a process.
he finally got sponsored by different companies, and in 2018 was signed to Misfits Gaming.
Today we're going to be talking about Misfits. Misfits Gaming is a gaming organization. They have many different teams for professional gaming leagues. They also have content creators like myself that just create content on different games.
And to say this line of work takes dedication is an understatement.
I eat, breathe, and sleep making content. It's all I think about 24/7. I probably spend on average probably 12 to 15 hours a day making content. I post about 5 to 6 times a day on YouTube. I post 3 times a day on TikTok. I post 3 times a day on Instagram, 3 times a day on Snapchat, 4 times a day on Facebook. I usually stream every single day, and I think that's it.
And that persistence is paying off.
So right now I currently have about 4.4 or 4.5 million followers, and views probably 2.6 billion, I think.
And while it's awesome to get so many eyes on your content, Drew says it's easy for creators to get stuck on all of those numbers.
It's like, oh man, I just got 1 million views on this last video. This video only has 500,000 views.
And while it's hard,
You just have to keep in mind that you're not doing it for the views, you're not doing it for the money, you're doing it for the passion of the content.
and he tries to keep that same mentality when overcoming negative comments.
It's really easy as a creator to get caught up in that. I would say it's really important to just focus on the people that do like your content and continue to improve your content for them. Thank you so much for all of you guys that ride with me.
Drew is maintaining his focus and shows no signs of stopping. In the future, he hopes to
Continue growing my brand and continue creating somewhat of a legacy. I want to hopefully be one of the biggest short form content creators in the world.
It seems like he is well on his way. And for aspiring content creators, he says,
Work hard and just know that no creator started with a huge platform. Everybody started from 0 followers and 0 views. So it's just a matter of putting in the time and effort and not giving up. Much love. Catch you guys later, and peace.
and there's a sneak peek into the life of a gaming content creator.
Here's what's coming up on the list. How to take perfect pictures on your special day.
Always have your shoulders back, put your chin up.
And the incredible river rescue of a dog named Bo.
He's a wonderful dog. He's very well behaved.
Plus, how Pilates helped one NFL player succeed.
I went 14 years, no surgery. Why? Because I did Pilates. I stretched 3-4 times a day. My core was strong.
That's all next on the list.
YouTube, okay, I know you're right in the middle of watching, but I just wanted to remind you to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss 1 minute of the list. Now, back to the show. We're back. The expression camera shy exists for a reason. Some people just don't like being in pictures. But you know it's gonna happen if you're at a big event like a wedding, because pictures will be taken. So get ready to say cheese. Hattie DeJamal has tips to help you crush those photos.
Taking photos for special occasions like graduation or wedding can be stressful.
A lot of times you can feel nervous in front of the camera because you're not used to being the center of attention. You might not know how to pose and you're nervous about how the photo will come out.
But there are ways to prep for a photo shoot. We spoke with author and founder of Bridesmaid for Hire, Jen Glantz, to learn how. First, be honest with your photographer.
When you're looking for photographers and find the one you feel the most comfortable working with, make sure you express to them exactly how you feel about taking photos. Share with them what makes you nervous and what you're the most scared of so that they can provide you with specific suggestions to help you get through the photography moments.
Next, do a practice session.
For a lot of us, we don't really know what to do in front of the camera, and sometimes that takes practice. We want to start to learn how we smile, what angles fit us best, and what poses we can do to feel the most comfortable when that camera is right in front of us.
So meet your photographer at the venue
or any other special location and work with them on posing in front of the camera. That way you will feel extra prepared before your big celebration begins.
Jen's third tip: have fun with poses.
Let yourself have fun and be goofy. Don't be scared of doing unique poses that might feel a little silly at first. Look at different ways to pose with your partner on places like Pinterest, or look at other people's wedding albums and find the different poses that you find fun and try them out with your photographer. Also, not every photo has to be perfect. Candid ones work well, especially if you find yourself extra nervous on the day of your celebration.
Finally, confidence is key.
We want to look confident in our photos, and a couple of ways to do that is to remember to always have your shoulders back, put your chin up. If you're not sure about what confident body language looks like, look at some pictures of your favorite celebrities, athletes, or models, and take some tips from them.
We're nailing our special occasion photos thanks to these tips.
Pets are known for reducing our stress and helping our loneliness, but they also do some stuff that makes us say, wait, what? Teresa Strasser shares some animal stories that'll give you a whole new kind of creature comfort. Teresa.
Thank you. If you love a wild story, you're going to love these amazing animal announcements coming in at number 1. Avon Lake, Ohio's Tiny Tim is a 12-year-old tortoise who recently returned home after going missing for around 7 months.
With a lost dog, you know, there's the protocol with that. With a lost tortoise, it's all about like who lives near us. This was out all over the neighborhood.
The rebellious reptile escaped from a tiny hole in his enclosure and after weeks turned to months.
We didn't think we'd find him really, because it was winter and snow and everything.
But one day, Tiny Tim was spotted by 12-year-old Clayton Johnson.
I'm a reptile enthusiast, moving pretty fast for a tortoise.
He knew the tortoise belonged to someone, and he posted about it online.
Right when he posted it, you know, within 5 minutes, several people are calling us.
At number 2, Littleton, Colorado's Rocky the miniature horse recently became a certified therapy animal for the folks at Thrive Care Assisted Living.
Like I say, grew up with horses, big horses. Didn't see anything like this before.
He's a big horse.
No.
Rocky comes for a visit every week. He's a tiny horse who residents say is making a big difference.
He is so beautiful, it breaks up the monotony.
He accepts a very low copay of a handful of carrots and a pat on the head. What a good boy. And third on our awesome animal headlines list, Casa Grande, Arizona's Bo is a 5-year-old golden lab who was recently rescued from drowning.
Water was up at least to the bottom of these. Right here is where Rick was laying, holding Bo.
Julian Rodriguez got a call from Bo's owner, Rick, telling him that Bo had jumped into a fast-running wash that swept him under this cattle grade. Julian, who is a welder, got to work.
So we got here, got the torch out, realized we're gonna have to cut something off in order to make a hole big enough to get Bo out.
Rick kept hold of Bo's collar while Julian cut out a small portion of the bars until...
Bowie! I mean, he's a wonderful dog. He's very well behaved.
And those were 3 recent interesting animal headlines we just had to share. Lots more to come on the list.
Stay with us.
It's your life. It's your list. We're celebrating Pride Month. Go to thelisttv.com to learn more.
We're back. If you follow astrology, you know that the crab has officially arrived. Now, the pros say Cancer season is all about getting in touch with your emotions. And we think there is no better way to do that than with some fun. So, here's your entertainment guide for the next 4+ weeks on the Hot List.
Cancer season has arrived, and it's the right time to put the focus back on you.
This is really about getting really grounded and checking in with our intuitive selves. That means there's plenty of time for self-care, which is really important for all of us.
So sit back and relax, because metaphysical author Sasha Graham is here to help you make the most of this time.
We have created the perfect list of entertainment choices for you to settle down with.
Starting out with one of the most anticipated movies of the summer, Elvis.
There's a lot of people saying a lot of things, but in the end, you gotta listen to yourself.
It stars Austin Butler and Tom Hanks under the direction of Baz Luhrmann and gives a look into the life and career of the rock and roll legend.
This movie really digs into the relationship between Elvis and his manager and how that relationship transformed throughout the trajectory of Elvis's career.
He was my destiny.
Cancer season is really about digging deep into the emotional qualities of our relationships with others. So your perfect Cancer season movie viewing is Elvis.
Catch it in theaters this Friday.
Are you ready to fly?
I'm ready. Ready to fly.
Up next, the TV show pick for the season, the Emmy-nominated horror comedy, What We Do in the Shadows.
Sin City, US of A, baby!
This beloved group of vampires will be back this summer to walk us through even more of their nightly endeavors.
The laughter keeps us going. If we're gonna dig down and take some time to really give ourselves some self-care, then a high dose of laughter is highly recommended.
The first episodes of Season 4 will premiere July 12th on FX and on Hulu the day after.
Fantastic.
Finally, Lizzo brings you the right tunes for Cancer season with her upcoming album, Special.
Turn up the music, turn down the lights.
The singer's 4th studio album arrives July 15th, and it brings nothing but feel-good vibes to carry you through the summer.
This is going to give us the soundtrack of self-love, self-respect, and fabulosity that we can all stand firm in and let our best selves shine this Cancer season.
We're amping up Cancer season with the perfect entertainment guide on the Hot List. We'll be right back.
You know what time it is.
We're back. All right, even though the Pilates exercise system is more than 100 years old, it's still a mystery to many of us. Bend, stretch, strengthen, but does it really work? Hattie DeJamal is talking to NFL legend Vernon Davis about the pros of Pilates.
Pilates, for those unfamiliar, is a fitness regime consisting of repetitive exercises designed to build core strength, improve flexibility, and get our minds focused. And you don't have to be in shape to start.
Pilates says that we're welcoming everyone and anyone. So it doesn't really matter who you are or how much you weigh, how tall or how short you are. Like, everyone's welcome.
Former NFL tight end and Super Bowl champ Vernon Davis says that all of us can reap the benefits of this century-old practice, starting with building core strength.
The core holds everything together. Like, you need the core to be able to do everything.
Core muscles refer to everything in the center of our body, not just our abs. The hips, pelvis, and lower back are just as important and can help prevent aches and pains as we age.
If it's strong, then you don't have to worry about having lower back pains or stiffness here, stiffness there.
Our next benefit of Pilates is improved flexibility, something Vernon credits to having a successful and long career as an NFL player.
I went 14 years, no surgery. Why? Because I did Pilates. I stretched 3-4 times a day. My core was strong.
Pilates uses dynamic stretching techniques for flexibility, meaning each exercise is designed to lengthen and strengthen our muscles. It also helps prevent injury and allows us to be more active for longer periods of time.
Because if you're flexible, you can avoid injuries.
We'll wrap with improved mental clarity. This is achieved by taking deliberate breaths and focusing.
When you're able to breathe and it causes you to have a different level of focus.
Bring it all the way back over.
You'll get those gains and those results, and you'll feel better. You'll be mentally sound.
In many ways, Pilates breathing exercises are similar to yoga and have some of the same benefits.
Because when you're breathing, you're being at one with yourself. You're being at one with where you are right now in present time.
He recommends that beginners start in a studio environment with a trainer.
When you're in studio, you're learning fast, you're learning the right way, and you're doing things appropriately.
Staying fit and flexible, doing Pilates like a pro.
I will say I have done Pilates and it is so challenging, but I promise you will love it. Guys, thanks so much for watching YouTube. Don't forget to like this video, leave us a comment down below, and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a list. Did you hit subscribe? Okay, well, here are some other episodes so you can keep the party going.